All right. Hold on. Alrighty, give me 1 second, everyone. Trying to see. Okay. Sure. Alrighty, give me 1 second, everyone. Alright, it's working. Alright. Okay. Can I bring this out? Oh, then I want to do that. Ah, great. Alright. So, I'm doing a live stream. This is going to be for forecasting for severe weather for tomorrow over majority of central Illinois and majority of it's mainly central Illinois type of forecast. I don't know why this chat on. I just want to make sure it's all good. Forecasting for severe weather for tomorrow over. Okay, yeah. Alright. Actually, let me. I'm an amateur streamer as well as an amateur forecaster. But let's. Okay. I'll mute this. So if you guys want to say something in the chat, then you can say something. I'll just post in the chat. Alrighty. So let's get started with this. So we're gonna take a look at many different things, including many different models. We're also gonna look at many different soundings. My main concern is it's not really it's a concern for storm spotting, but mainly for weather forecasting. It's not a concern. Basically, if you're planning on chasing this event, I strongly suggest not chasing because potential of chasing after dark. That's the main issue that my school ran into when we were debating on chasing the storm. But let's get right into it. So we're gonna look at the RAP model first. We'll look at many different things. Take a look at all this. We'll start out with this part. We'll take a look at the jet stream. So here's the jet stream right now. This is about 7 p.m. So this is about 2 hours and 20 minutes ago. You can see the jet stream slowly shifts right. As it continues shifting right, we're going to start getting this area right here of max jets. If we continue going along, so this doesn't get us all the way to the end of Sunday. This is here. 3 p.m., 2 p.m., I believe. But yeah, so this is 3 p.m. As you can see, the jet stream is doing this. So what I do want to take a look at is the NAM. As you can see, the 0Z model is not out yet. So do this. Take a look. See some areas here now. This was the issue. Potential for this stuff not to come down into Illinois until late. I mean, this is approaching 10 p.m. and there's no way you want to. And with the sun setting around 7 o'clock and earlier every day, you don't really want to be out in the dark. But let's take a look at surface temperature. Go through. I'll zoom in to our area. Surface temperature for stuff. So Let's move up. So this is 1 a.m. on 1 a.m. on Sunday. So you can see pretty mild start, but as it starts to heat up, that's when temperature increases. Now this is 21Z. This is 4 p.m. So you can see it's still pretty hot out. And this is about the time when we could probably, and if the storms are already hitting right now, I'll look at the radar here in a little bit, but there are storms already right now over most of central western Iowa that's slowly making its way down into central Illinois. And if that continues, it could eat up all this instability, and the severe weather outbreak tomorrow could go away, and it could just not happen. That's a factor. But if it doesn't, then we could still see some spots of severe weather popping up. But if it doesn't, then that would be my concern of potentially developing late over portions after during nighttime, and that would not be a smart time to go chasing. But as we continue, temperatures are pretty hot, and as we advance time, the temperature cools off a little bit. But yeah, around 5 to 10 p.m. I'd expect if it does what it looks like it's going to do in the models, I'd expect us to see some supercells breaking out over in western Illinois, moving east, southeast, and I'd expect it to move pretty quickly. Let's take a look at dew point just to see, and you can see it's very moist, and that moist air lingers around western Illinois, eastern Iowa, kind of near Missouri as well. So really, the SPC has an entire slight risk, and the reason is, and I'll get to it later, but the reason is looks like there's a potential second wave overnight, more of a squall line type of storms. But there's a dew point temperature. Let's take a look at convective surface-based CAPE. This is probably give us some potential models. You can see here, this is about as far as the CAPE goes, and there's some strong readings up here and here. Right now, Central Illinois, earlier it looked like you guys might have had some issues. I'm trying to here. I'll click on this model. Looks like Central Illinois earlier today might have had some a potential bad outbreak, but as the day has gone on and as the updated models have come in and as the risk system out in Iowa starts to shift in, I think Central Illinois is actually going to be in the clear for tomorrow as of right now. But like I said, if that system starts to die out, I would not rule out a supercell outbreak over Central Illinois, and I'd also not rule out an isolated supercell here or there, because this rain is going this direction. So part of Central Illinois, like the Champaign area, I don't expect as of right now any issues. Now we do have some models down higher CAPE down here. See, I'm just picking up severe potential hazard. Now you don't really want to look at this, but not really high winds as you go up in the atmosphere, which is good. Shear's all right. CAPE is good. There's not a lot of capping, but because of this, I don't see any potential for tornado weather tomorrow. So if you live in this area of Illinois as of right now, and depending on the rain that's coming from Iowa, as of right now, just might see a spotty thunderstorm in there. Can't rule out a tornado though. Can never rule out a tornado with this severe weather event. As I click around some soundings, just want to find, yeah, here's a tornado. And look at all these. Look at all these right here. So what these are? These are matches from previous models that found supercells. So you can see a lot of weak supercells, but a lot of pretty heavy severe hail. So that's the main issue that's a big issue that SPC has on their website is I believe a 15% chance of hail all throughout this area. So you're going to get chance of significant hail. This is believe 2-inch in diameter, or golf ball size hail, which is about 2 inches in diameter. All throughout, there's a potential for all throughout this region, potential for that hail. So, in my opinion, hail is going to be the biggest threat tomorrow, not tornado threat. And we'll see. And as you can see, the cape dies down as the day goes on. We'll take a look at mean layer, cape, and sin. See, not as strong as surface base cape, most unstable cape. Notice doesn't tell us sin or capping right away. See, it's about the same thing, just without the capping. Now, if you're out here and you want to chase, I definitely give you the green light, because that's where the storms are going to come from Iowa area, Missouri. But as of right now, and you can see, look at this pretty high on the supercell composite region. I mean, we're getting a 12 right here. That's and a 14. So, yeah, definitely this area. The issue is, though, nighttime is an issue. This is 0Z, which is 7 p.m. local time. That's a big issue to be out at that time. So that's why we're not going chasing. So, significant tornado parameters, you can see, just breaks off right over here. I don't think this is really saying anything. I could click on the sound and see what it says. Tornado, and look at all of this. This is definitely a model picking up the storm in progress. So, yeah, that's interesting. I don't expect. Never seen that much. But yeah, let's take a look at the SPC. So this is current. There's quite a bit of severe weather going around. We got a few severe thunderstorm watches. We've had some tornado warnings in this area, this Iowa area. Let's take a look at Sunday. So this is for tomorrow. You can see the slight. It's actually shifted. It looks like a little bit. Before, it was west, and then it shifted kind of north. It was including Chicago area into the site, and you can see now Chicago's included in the marginal area, Naperville, Aurora. But the big issue is you can see tornado still has it at 5%. This isn't updated yet. They do one overnight, I believe. It's either overnight or in the morning. They update it to, and then it would be a day 1 outlook. So that'd be something that I would definitely take a look at tomorrow. So this is day 2, and it's all the severe weather tomorrow is dependent on the system that's currently active in Iowa. See wind 15%, 5% over most of the area. So really, northern Illinois, this region, you guys probably would get lucky with the when it might get some spotty thunderstorms. You can see the hail though. 15% of significant hail, and all throughout. I mean, Valparaiso's getting here, all throughout central Illinois. So definitely have to keep an eye out for hail. That's what I'm going to say is the biggest issue. I want to go back. I want to look at the current radar over Iowa right now and see what's going on. See, there's some thunderstorms over here. Satellite and radar. So as you can see, this is the current long wave infrared radar. You can see. Look at this is all anvil cloud right here, folks. This is all anvil clouds. So you can see, look at all that anvil, and the red is heavy precipitation as well, but this is all part of the storm. Mosaic radar, let's look at a stat, and then sub-regional, let me go to Iowa. So this is the system that we're looking at, these storms, and I believe this one has developed a tornado. About a couple of hours ago, it developed a tornado. I don't know if there's any tornado warnings out right now. I can check. Here we go. And there used to be one, like I said, but it's just all severe thunderstorm warnings, and there's a couple severe thunderstorm watches out for Iowa. Now, as this continues, it's going to most likely slowly make its way this way, and if it looks like it's starting to die out right here, which for storms chasing early in the day, that's good, but that's also going to increase potential activity of severe weather. And for tomorrow, just want to see if I checked in the chat. Make sure. Nope. Okay. So I just want to make sure. So yeah, let me go back to the models and see what future. It's not going to be high resolution, so it's going to be tough to tell what the future future radars say. Let's go to the Midwest, so this is bigger. So this is simulated reflectivity. So this is you can see it's not good because this is showing. See, this is showing 10 o'clock, and it's not 10 o'clock yet, but see the reflectivity is not that high. So it continues along. It's expected to hit, and then there should be a second wave. See right here. So if you could see the timing, this is 7 p.m. Now you don't automatically trust and put everything into one model, but it's pretty concerning to see potential storms actually far north, even north of where I said there might not be severe weather than what the SPC has. Any advanced forward another 3 hours. This is where I said there might be a second wave hitting the Indiana region, because before it looked like stuff was going to be down here, and then there's going to be a second wave coming off over here from the jet. You can see it gets increasingly stronger, and as it goes away, so it's tough to tell. Just for one model, the NAM Nest, we can look at that reflectivity. This will be a better resolution. As you can see, look at all these, and supercell storms got pretty significant supercell readings here. Then again, look at the time, 04Z. That is 11 p.m. at night. This is midnight. This is 1 a.m. Second wave coming in Monday morning. That's going to be a big wake-up call. And hopefully no tornado warnings, but as it moves on, looks like Central Illinois does get hit by pretty significant stuff. So, according to the NAMNES for radar reflectivity, GFS, this one's not going to have good reflectivity. It's just interesting to look at it. So it predicts absolutely nothing that we want to see. So it's really tough to predict the system without knowing the potential impact the previous system from tonight is gonna do on it. That's why I think the Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk, and as of right now, and like I said, tomorrow is when we'll know better, because as the system comes in overnight over the regions of potential severe weather for tomorrow, that's gonna dictate whether or not we get a severe weather outbreak or just a couple scattered supercells here and there, which still could play an issue because of those pockets of no cap at all. And considering there's a 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of any point in this area, definitely is a concern, because, and really the 2% is also a concern, because when I chased in Texas, there's a less than 2% probability, and there's a storm that dropped a huge wedge tornado just outside of Morton, Texas. So just because these seem low, which actually for meteorology sakes, this is actually pretty high. This is a little bit concerning to look at, even though it goes up to significant. But when you see a 5% chance of any tornado, whether it's EF0 or EF5, within 25 miles of any location on here. So there's not much else to look at, because of the issue with the system ahead of it. If there was no system in front of it, we would have a better idea. As you could see, this is the part where, right here, you can see the jet stream goes down. This is the part where storms might develop over here and overnight, and that second wave could be hitting, and that second wave is most likely going to be a wind threat. Looks more like a line, potentially might bow out, and I could bring 60 to 70 mile per hour winds with 80 mile per hour wind gusts. We could look at some other things. 250 wind speed. Let me get back on the NAM. It's a little bit more accurate than the GFS. You can see some pockets of stronger wind. 250 millibars. And this is highest point in the atmosphere at this region. And you can see there's some areas where it's good. You got a little split right here, which is interesting. This is pretty much the same millibar level that I like using for right now. And if I actually want to back this up back to the contiguous just so I can see where the jet stream is. So yeah, so you got a big trough down here, dropping way down, almost to parallel with Mexico. And then you got a huge right side that kind of flattens out. So it's really tough to tell, but for me, I definitely, if you're driving at night, be careful, because there is a potential for severe weather after the sun goes down, and that is a big reason why a lot of our storm chasing team decided not to go chase. The timing isn't good, and there's that threat of a second wave coming in, potentially from the northwest, heading southeast. But overall, not much else to look at. Like I said, that system that's ahead of it right now is the biggest problem for forecasting. But yeah, so overall, I don't think any. Overall, I predict potential for severe weather pretty much where the Storm Prediction Center has it. Future forecasts, reflectivity show it kind of moving down over northern Illinois. If I go back to Cape, let me zoom in so I can get a better reading. Oh, okay. Let me go back to Cape. Where is it at? Here we go. So this is 4 p.m. So this is where it gets its strongest, and then it kind of weakens out there as the sun starts to set. This is interesting to see. The 0Z model is not out yet. Oh, it is out. Okay. That could be, no, it's not. Okay, 60%. Never mind. But once the 0Z model comes out, which I don't know when it's going to come out, it could come out like 5 minutes. It could come out in the next 2 hours, and I don't really want to stay up late to look at that model. But it looks like we got a 3800 reading here that's not capped at all. And you see tornado. Very close to on omega negatives, potentially killing the sounding. Got a good slinky here though. You want this. If you want tornadoes, you would definitely want something like this. You definitely want something like this. But like I said, this is getting very close, and usually when it goes outside of the boundaries, it means that the sounding is picking up that there's an active thunderstorm going on, which kills the sounding and you can't really use it. So you either have to back up an hour or choose another place that's near it, but it's weaker. So I kind of go further east of it. That's a little bit weaker, but it's out ahead of it. See the storm slinky, and it's still got a very close area, but that storm slinky is very good. So the only issue here, and the LC is perfect for a tornado. You want to be at a kilometer or below, and that's where it is. You got backed winds. One thing to note here, though, is that this is still 30 knots. But you usually probably want that around 50 to 60 for extreme tornado events. But 30 knots is not terrible, but it's not for storm chaser perspective, it's not the greatest. And we continue on. Our cape kind of dwindles out, and overall, it looks like a promising event. The only issue is the storm system ahead of it, and if that storm system dies out, and it's looking like some part it's dying out as it crosses over to Mississippi, and if it dies out, I don't know what I'm saying, but if it dies out, then that will leave this entire area with its ingredients to produce supercells, and I'll make sure I have a loop playing tomorrow, and if things start to go bad and all of a sudden you got like 10 to 12 supercells popping up with tornado warnings, I'll definitely go live again to look at what's going on. But right now it's tough to tell. The ingredients are there right now for supercell or for a severe weather outbreak, potential tornadoes. The question is, will they be there after this system that's over Iowa, which has produced quite a bit of severe weather? There's been a couple confirmed tornadoes, I believe, around this region of Iowa. Which, if it eats up all this convective available potential energy, then you're probably not going to see as bad of an outbreak, or probably not going to see really anything. Maybe some rain showers here. There's a low pressure system comes through, which I do want to take a look and see. This probably be the last thing I do before I end the stream. How temperatures are going to look beyond the week. A little cooler. What day is this? Monday. It's expected, but it will still heat up. See, 101 on here for Kansas. Wow. But overall, and you can see the temperature continues going on. This is at night though, so that's why. And then we might have another heat wave approaching at 104 out here. But we're not going to worry about that. I'll focus on that tomorrow when I do my weekly forecast. But I think that's going to do it for this stream. No one has any questions. Looks like. If anyone has any questions, go ahead and chat them in. I don't know how many viewers I have. It's tough to tell. So, yeah, if anyone has any questions, chime in on the chat. Otherwise, if no one has any questions, then I'll probably end the stream. My official prediction is it's based off of potential what the system does ahead of it. I think tomorrow there's going to be some spots, especially down here in western Illinois near Quincy. Maybe some spots up here in northern Illinois where we could see some isolated supercells that produce tornadoes. But I'd be really worried about a significant hail threat all across this entire region. So if you live in anywhere in this entire region, I'd definitely get ready for some hail damage, because I predict there's going to be quite a bit of storms that drop golf ball size hail or higher or bigger hailstones. So definitely do not be outside when thunder roars. Go indoors. Simple as that. If you're storm chasing this event, make sure you know the road, and because this is probably going to be a late evening into nighttime event and extending into the overnight hours for a potential second wave. Also, make sure you have something that alerts you overnight in case there is a tornado warning, because those do happen quite a bit at night, and those are the worst. You happen to tend to be the killer tornadoes, because not everyone is aware. And just make sure you have something alerting you. Again, do not chase when it's dark. If you're an adrenaline junkie and just like doing it, I can't control that, but just don't chase when it's dark. Last thing you need is to accidentally drive into the bear's cage, which is basically area of intense downdrafts and wind going into the wall cloud and potential tornado area. I mean, during the day it's impossible to see that, and at night you can't see anything. Last thing you want to do is drive into a tornado, because There's been too many of those instances where storm chasers have been wanted to get close, and they got a little too close. So yeah, I'd expect this to be a nighttime event. Second wave potentially overnight, like 2 or 3 a.m. in the overnight hours. Make sure you have alerts on your phone turned on for severe weather, or something that could alert you if there's any severe weather uh, for Monday night, overnight. So yeah, that's going to do it for this stream. Looks like no one has any questions, so hope you guys enjoy. Take care.